Hey everybody, my name is Zach, aka SPAC Zach here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now the purpose of my channel is to try and uncover, shed light, and present all the SPACs that are out there because there are so many, it's hard to keep up with. So that's my goal here, is to try and document and really present all these different plays, because I definitely think there's a couple home runs that we could get into. And I really just want to bring these to light to help friends and family. Now, please note that I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence before purchasing any of these stocks. This is for entertainment purposes only. And then if any of you guys are new investors or looking for a new broker, whatever it might be, something with extended trading hours, pre and post market, feel free to check out the link in my description to my Webull. They're offering 2 free stocks if you deposit $100, worth up to $1,850. So definitely check that out. Also, if you don't know, I'm a licensed health and life insurance agent as well. I have a CleverRX prescription card linked down in the description as well. So feel free to check that out if you're looking for savings on your prescription, whether you have insurance or not. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SPAC Zach here, bringing you another episode. In today's episode, we'll be covering ticker PDAC, that's Peridot Acquisition, who will be merging with LiCycle. Okay, now first and foremost, let's get into exactly what LiCycle is. So LiCycle was founded in Toronto in 2016. LiCycle is an industry-leading lithium-ion battery resource recovery company and the largest lithium-ion battery recycler in North America. Now, LiCycle sits at the intersection of 3 core megatrends: the electric vehicle revolution, the supply shortage of strategic battery materials such as lithium, and then the need for a truly sustainable, ESG-friendly lithium-ion battery recycling solution, a critical missing step in the battery supply chain currently. All right, so let's take a look at the management teams between LiCycle and Peridot. On the LiCycle side, we got AJ Kokar, who previously worked at Hatch, along with Tim Johnston, who is also co-founder of LiCycle. And then we got Bruce McInnes, who is a CFO of LiCycle, who previously worked at Certicom, BioScript, as well as Redline Communications. Over on the Peridot side, we've got Chairman and CEO Alan Lavande, who previously worked at Goldman Sachs and Covey Park Energy. And then we also got Preston Powell, who's currently a Peridot director, and also Carnelian managing director, who also previously worked at KKR. So the massive electrification ramp has basically made lithium-ion recycling imperative for the future of electric vehicles. Now, 5 to 10% of battery production is typically rejected as waste during the manufacturing process, creating significant recycling needs during EV ramp-up, in addition to building end-of-life cycle supplies. So LiCycle offers patented sustainable technology with a durable moat. Now, with their sustainable recycling solutions, they offer zero-impact air emissions with non-pyro, non-burning solutions. They also have proven patented technology, which is industry-leading. Now, that's up to 95% recycling efficiency rate versus less than 50% of their competitors. They also have a very significant IP moat. Now, they have a very robust customer network as well, with over 40 existing commercial contracts with blue chip suppliers and offtake agreements through 2030, offering sticky supply contracts. Now, for the material demand and regulatory tailwinds, there's an increasingly stringent policy directives that have accelerated the demand for battery materials and recycling. As you probably know, in the state of California, they've banned the sale of gas vehicles starting in the year 2035. Now, that's the sale of new vehicles. You'll still, I'm sure, are going to be able to purchase used vehicles past that date. However, you will not be able to purchase a new gas vehicle in the state of California starting in 2035. Now, I'm sure many other states will also be adopting similar policies. Then you also got, Europe and the rest of North America too. Taking a look at LiCycle's contracted supply and offtake, you can see that they make up about 30% of the North American market share. Now, they also remove about 9,500 tons per year from their contracted supply, with the commercial supply contracts with 41 total customers. You can take a look over at their large format customers and manufacturers they deal with. You can see some of the big ones being Tesla, Chevy, Ford, Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. So LiCycle believes that their technology is superior to other forms of recycling. Now, taking a look at the LiCycle spoke and hub technologies, their efficiency rate is, like I previously mentioned, up to 95%, which is far superior to that of their other competitors. Now, some advantages they offer are battery chemistry and charge agnostics, non-thermal, zero-impact air emissions, no landfill waste or wastewater is created, and then very minimal human operating risk is at stake, and we're also future-proof. So, this is a pretty technologically advanced system that they got going on here that they believe will help project them and carry them to future profitability. So the diversified supply of batteries also drives this recycling need. You can see here the battery waste sources today. Consumer electronics make up about half, and auto OEMs only make up about 16% today. Now, looking over to 2025, you can see we're going to see a big shift where manufacturing scrap is going to make up about 68%, it looks like, of overall waste. And then taking a look at auto OEMs, that's going to grow by about 9% over the next 4 to 5 years to about 25%. I'm sure it's going to keep growing once electric vehicles become more popular. I'm sure that number might even double by the year 2030. So let's take a look at why LiCycle thinks that they're future-proof. So they offer environmentally friendly recycling approaches that have non-pyrothermal processes without harmful emissions. Now, their water is recirculated in a closed loop, which offers zero impact air emissions and minimal solid waste. Now, they're also capable of processing any cathode chemistry for the batteries, and then they offer a unique ability to profitably recycle lithium iron phosphate as well. Now, with the solid-state batteries, they're also offering the ability to process these. Now, the solid-state batteries haven't quite come out yet. There are a few companies really working on them. QuantumScape, which was a previous SPAC, they were one of the big ones. They shot all the way up to 130 or more. However, they're not producing a solid-state battery yet. They don't really expect to come out with one for, I believe, 2 years, around 2023. They're expecting to come out with that solid-state battery. But with the solid states, they also offer higher total recovery values and also end products used in new battery technologies. So let's take a look at LiCycle specialty grade battery products with contracted offtake. So they have a hub that converts black mass into materials for re-entry directly into the supply chain. Now they're going to take lithium carbonate, nickel sulfate, as well as cobalt sulfate, and pretty much recycle those and pump those back out into the supply chain. So with LiCycle, their Rochester hub has received significant state and local support. Now, love them or hate them, politics aside, here's a little quote from Andrew Cuomo saying that this international partnership with LiCycle will foster the supply chain of lithium-ion batteries, which are in high demand, and will further expand the thriving energy storage industry in the region. By investing in New York's clean tech economy, we are creating quality jobs and supporting our state's clean energy businesses as we build back stronger from the COVID crisis and continue to move the Finger Lakes forward. So LiCycle offers a truly sustainable recycling through a localized source of critical materials. Now they offer recovery for all forms of lithium-ion batteries, which is very, very important. Now with their patent protection, they're 100% owned by LiCycle. They have 18 total patents and patent applications across all applicable jurisdictions that tie back to the 3 core patent families. Now they also have 12 trade secret categories currently. In terms of their proven technology, they utilize standard equipment, they're readily scalable, and offer pre-existing customer relationships. And over there on the commercial and intangible side, you can see they have obviously a seasoned management team, like we previously mentioned, no wastewater or pyrothermal aspects. Now it's cheaper and cleaner than mining. Mining is very expensive and also very detrimental to the actual environment. They also offer first choice recycler and then have very sticky supply contracts with contracted offtake. Now, LiCycle's process is inherently sustainable and optimal from a recovery and efficiency standpoint, protected by a multi-layered IP strategy, thereby securing LiCycle's long-term leadership position. Now, LiCycle also looks to benefit from commodity pricing tailwinds. So basically what they expect to happen is the mining of nickel, lithium, cobalt, it's going to become very expensive once, these materials become more scarce. Once supply drops, demand increases, you're obviously going to see a big spike in prices for lithium, cobalt, and nickel. Now, how is that going to help LiCycle? Well, LiCycle, they recycle all these products. So instead of extracting and finding, prospecting new materials, they're just taking old materials, recycling them, and putting them back out for companies like Tesla, Lucid to buy them, and then incorporate these recycled materials into their new batteries. Okay, so let's take a look at some financial projections here for LiCycle. In terms of their revenue, between this year, 2021 and 2025, mind you, these are just estimates. They're estimating about an 82% compounded annual growth rate, which is very impressive. They're looking for revenues in 2025 to reach about $958 million. So very close, pretty much $1 billion in revenue. And in terms of their EBITDA and margin, we're looking at about a 56% profit margin come 2025. Now, hopefully, as their technology improves and their scale increases, they'll even be able to increase that margin, maybe above 60%. So that's something to look forward to, after 2025, leading into 2030. And taking a look at the one-day chart, you can see we were down Friday about 4%. However, most stocks, they took a plummet early morning, and ever since that plummet, they were starting to rebound. Now we are up 2%, or a little over 2% after hours. And taking a look at the 3-month chart, you can see we did have nice bullish runs here. Despite the fact that we had the whole GameStop fiasco going on around the 26th of January. Although we did rebound nicely from that, we did, get the rug pulled out from us around the 17th of February, where most stocks, pretty much every stock, has been down ever since then. Hopefully we're starting to see a bottom here, though. But mind you guys, this is a long-term stock. This is a long-term hold, considering the EV industry is really just starting to get going. This is at least a 5 to 10 year hold. In terms of a price prediction, short term, I could see this getting, $40 to $50. And long term, 5 to 10 years, this could easily be a couple $100 stock. Now, thanks for watching today, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed today's episode covering LiCycle, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and making sure to click that bell. That way you never miss another episode. And for you folks that are new to the channel, please consider heading over to my channel and checking out all my other episodes where I cover different SPACs.